like we do at every practice, the beginning of every practice. Maybe it's seated, maybe it's laying down, something under your knees if you're feeling, a bit of tightness in the low back. Um, Legs up the wall, up the couch. Um, find find your position, find your grounding position. I'm going to stay seated. And once you find your spot, maybe you gently close your eyes. Take in a deep inhale and just release it and just let out that audible sigh through your mouth. Do that 2 more times. Take in a deep inhale, filling up the belly and the chest. Maybe pausing for a brief moment and then release it. You can release it with sound or without. Take in another deep inhale. Pausing at the top. And releasing that. Oh, nice. Eyes are gently closed. Check what you need. If you need your palms facing down to feel a little bit more of an anchor, groundedness. If the mind was jumping all over today, and scattered thoughts and emotions and heightened excitement or anxiety, maybe you want your palms facing down. Regardless if you're laying down or if you're seated up, palms would be facing down on top of the knees or the thighs. And conversely, if you're feeling a little tired or sluggish or just, need a little sort of zap of energy or a little burst of energy, then open up the palms. Open up the palms, ready to receive energy. It's all around us in the ether, universe. Eyes are closed. And the mind's going to jump from thought to thought like the monkey mind does. That is its job after all. So don't get frustrated, don't judge. It's when the mind wanders. Just come back and focus on your breath. Follow your breath. Where's the inhale? Where does it start? Is it starting at the tip of your nose? Does it start in your chest? Does it start in your belly? And follow where it goes. You don't need to manipulate the breath right now. It's a hard thing to do. We always want to be in control of everything around us, even our natural bodily functions like our breath. And I know typically I will guide you through a breath where we do count it, and to a certain extent control it, but just in this instant, just follow it as if you're on its tail. Let it lead you. Again, if the mind is on a different story or thought or problem solving or predicting or wondering, come back, jump back on the tail of that breath and follow it. As your breath slow down, many teachers say that this is the hardest part of yoga, the hardest part of our practice, is the sitting and the laying and just being with our breath. Because our body is so accustomed to moving and wanting, and our mind is anticipating the next pose and where are we going to put our arms, and is my leg right, and is my belly hugged in, and what is she doing next, and oh, why can't I get my leg there? And then this part is the most beneficial part of the whole entire practice. The art of basically doing nothing except breathing. If some interesting sensations or emotions come up, that's okay. They're often described as clouds passing by in the sky. Frustration or anger, sadness. Just let it float on. Let it go. No need to attach to anything. Just breathe. If the mind is overpowering the breath and your ability to follow the breath, then visualize the breath a color, maybe a white healing light or a golden sun, and let it come into your body as that light and follow it with your mind. If your mind wants something to do, then give it that task. Have it follow your breath. Filling up the belly, allowing the belly to really fill up like a beautiful big balloon. And then on the release, the gentle release of the belly coming in. Try to let go of holding on to the belly. If you want to set an intention for this class, please do so. Your Sankalpa. Your I am statement. Manifesting something that already lives inside of you. Repeating it 3 times to yourself. And when you're ready, if you're laying down on your back, removing any props. If you're seated, removing any props that you're seated on. Again, have some blocks, one block on one side, one block on the other. If you only have one block, well, you may not need it, or you just may move it from side to side. So let's find ourselves on all fours. We're just going to move through a little bit of cat and cow here. Inhaling, dropping the belly, releasing the belly. Make sure you're not holding the belly here. Really let it reach for the ground. Exhale. Now hug the belly in towards the spine, rounding the back, pushing the arms, pushing the hands into the mat. Really holding this and moving through slowly here. Intentional. Inhaling. Exhaling, rounding the tailbone, the spine, the head is last to follow and tuck. Your gaze is through your legs. Chin is tucked. Shoulders are rounded. Hands are pushing into the mat. Forearms are active. Inhale, dropping the belly. Chin comes up. Eyes follow the gaze up. Can you really send the gaze up? Almost feeling a little bit of a gentle strain in the eyeballs. An opening in the throat, maybe an opening through the chest. Rounding one more time. Coming to neutral, walking the hands out, pushing into Balasana. Just swaying the hips from side to side. Wonderful. Pushing through, curling your toes into your downward dog. And just gently, really mindfully, really be here, really be present with your poses today. Just pedaling out the feet, maybe walking the feet out, swaying the hips from side to side, maybe holding it on one side, turning the legs maybe the other way, feeling a nice stretch in the side body. Make it your downward dog. I'm just here to give you some suggestions, but you all know your practice is so well seasoned. Wonderful. Coming up into high plank. Belly is engaged. Maybe if you have to, like I do, walk the feet back a little bit more. So you're in a nice straight line. Again, always active arms pushing the mat away. Forearms are engaged. Belly is engaged. Thighs are lifted, so make sure the thighs are not hanging, the knees are bent. It's really engaged, pushing the heels back. Chin is slightly tucked. Nice. Walking one foot up to the front of the mat, meeting with the other, and just finding yourself in a forward fold. Shake out the wrists. Shake, shake, shake. Flap them. Nice forward fold. Clasp opposite elbows. Find yourself in a nice forward fold. Your chest is resting on your upper thighs. Just hanging here. Can you let go of your head? Maybe shake it yes and no. You sway over your right hip. Sway over your left hip. Inhaling, lifting halfway. Hands on your shin. Exhale, release. Bend your legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale your hands to heart center. Nice. All right, so everyone's familiar with sun salutation. So Surya Namaskara A, which is the one we always do, right? So up, down, plank, to cobra, or up dog, to downward dog, and then back up, right? So that's your traditional sun salutation. So now we're going to do moon salutations. So Are you ready? And all of these poses you're familiar with. It's just the way they're sequenced that makes it Chandra Namaskara. So Chandra being moon, Surya meaning sun, sun salutation. Namaskar is like namaste, I salute you. So Surya, sun, namaskar, salutation, sun salutation. This one is Chandra, so moon salutation. All right, so finding yourself at, if you can turn your mat and have your screen, because we're going to be doing a lot of work sideways. So if you can look at me sort of straight on like this, the way I am, that would be ideal rather than sort of always looking over your shoulder or however way you're set up, okay? So just changing your mat or whatever, okay? So finding yourself in Tadasana, so mountain pose, okay? This is also like Shavasana, right? This is almost our Shavasana. So except standing. So Tadasana is mountain pose. So really grounding through the feet. Your eyes can be gently closed, or the gaze is just 3/4 closed and looking sort of at the tip of your nose down. Your drishti, your gaze down at a spot in front. Okay. Hands are open. And just grounding your feet. Now, if you want to look down at your toes, that's fine, or you can just use your senses. Is lift up your 10 toes. Lift up your 10 toes, and you can look down if you want. And try to place down your pinky toe. So if all 10 toes are up, so try to just put down your pinky toes. So the outside little guys. Then your 4th toes. Then the 3rd one. Then the 2nd one, and the big one. Tricky, eh? And can you space out your toes so they look like your hands, like webbed feet? Now lift up them again. This time, big toe first. Your 2nd toe, a little bit trickier without getting them all to come down. And then all of them. Wonderful. All right. So bringing your hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Sending your hands up. Crossing, I know you can't see my mudra, my hand position, but when we send our hands up, okay, if you can close them and almost like a James Bond kind of motion, the pointer fingers are pointing up, and then cross the thumbs over, okay? Just come a little closer. So something like that, okay? So sending the hands up. I'm all blurred out now. Hello. I guess I moved too fast for the camera. Oh, come on. Listen, camera. All right, it'll focus. There we go. Sending the hands up. Send your gaze up to your fingers. Feeling grounded through the feet. Gaze comes back down. Inhale. Exhale. Crescent moon on the left. Pushing through the right hip. Inhale back to center. Exhale the other side, pushing through the left hip. So the opposite hip of where you're bending into. So grounding through there. Inhale. Exhale the hands down and step out. Turn the feet. Find yourself in a 5-pointed star. And then bend the arms and come into goddess pose. Tapping into your feminine energy. Everyone has feminine energy. Everyone has masculine energy. Finding yourself in goddess pose. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Turn this leg, which is my right leg, forward, reaching through. This is where you may want your block. Coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose, arms straight up. You can also rest your hand on your shin, on your ankle. You can also tent the fingers on the ground. I like to use the block, even though I can reach the ground. You've heard me say this before. I like to use the block to create more opening in here and more length. Because if I crouch down and grab, the ego's like, woohoo, I can touch the ground, but then there's no lengthening in the spine and it closes things down. So, everyone sees props as um, I don't know, kind of like cheating, but absolutely not. They're gifts. So taking a deep inhale, exhale, bring the toe in. So my foot was kind of like warrior feet. Now curl the toe in, so it's kind of like at maybe a 40-degree angle. Straighten the front leg and just find yourself in a forward fold here. Breathing here. Taking a deep inhale, exhale, bring the knee down. Check that you're on two different planes here, on two different tracks. If your one leg is in front of the other knee, coming up, your balance will be off. So you want to have almost like as if, imagine train tracks. You've heard me say this before. So the left knee that's down is on one track and the right foot planted is on another. And then you find that your balance is naturally more evenly distributed. And then hugging your inner thighs in towards each other also helps with balance. So finding yourself in a low lunge, Anjaneyasana, salsa crescent pose, arms up. You can walk the toe out a little bit and come forward. Breathing here. Nice. Plant the hands down, come up, lifting the knee, turning the feet to face in, and if it's available to you, just coming down on that knee, just finding your balance, planting the hands, and just allowing a nice stretch there. And lift up the chest, as we always want to try to keep open. Slowly walking over to the other side. Wonderful. Finding yourself in a high lunge here. Put hands down. Bring the foot down. Inhale the arms up. Maybe sitting deeper. Opening the chest. Remember from our previous classes, can you pelvic tilt forward and engage the glutes? Wonderful. Lifting up the foot, you may want to walk it in a little bit, bringing it in at a 45-degree angle. Maybe bringing the block in, finding yourself in a forward fold here. Breathing here. Walk the foot out a little bit. Plant the hand and open up into triangle pose here. Straighten this leg. Both legs are straight. Trikonasana. May need to walk the legs back or closer. Just opening up here. Can be using a block. Breathing here. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale, come up. Find yourself in 5-pointed star. Inhale and exhale into goddess. Breathing here. When you're ready, walk yourself to the opposite side of the mat, lifting the arms up. Take a deep inhale, exhale to the inside of the mat. Inhale back to center, exhale to the outside. Inhale back to center, slight back bend. And your hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Gonna flow through this side a little bit quicker now that you kind of have the basis. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale to the other side. Inhale. Exhale to low lunge. Inhale your arms up. Open the chest. Exhale. Step the foot in a little bit. Plant the foot. Folding forward. Inhale. Exhale. Walk the foot back. Open up into Trikonasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Open up to 5-pointed star. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step 2 where we started. Inhale. Exhale in towards your mat. Inhale. Exhale. The other side. Inhale. Slight back bend. Exhale your hands to Samasthiti. So that's one round of moon salutations where we did it on one side, made it to the other end of the mat, and came back. Okay? So now that's the basis. And now we're just going to interweave a few different poses in there. Okay? So, but you have the basis. All right. So now with the feet. You may want to try this with the feet together or a little bit further apart. So grounding, yeah. So we played around with the toes. Now what I want you to do is just lean over to the outside of your mat, putting all the weight on the outside of the foot, the edge, and then lean towards the other side, trying to play with your balance. And a nice Tadasana mountain pose body. Coming back to center. Leaning back in the heels. Toes may come up. Keeping the core engaged. Now falling forward. Try not to scrunch the toes too much. And then come back to center. Interesting, huh? Around the world. So let's go around the world. So let's start at 12. So 12 being your feet, your toes. Now going over to 1, to 3, to 5, ooh, to 6, 7, to 9, 11, and 12. And let's go counterclockwise. 12. Well, actually, stretch that out. There we go. Let's start again. So 12, 11, 9. This is coming with ease for you. Try it with your eyes closed. 6. Woo. 3. Can't do it without moving my hands. And to 12. Come back to center. Grounding, right? Okay. Inhale your arms up. Clasping the fingers. Gazes following the hands. Slight back bend. Coming back to center. Inhale, exhale to one side. Inhale back. Exhale to the outside of your mat. Inhale back to center. Exhale to 5. Pointed star, feet are facing out. Inhale and exhale. Staying here, lifting the right ankle and down. Left ankle and down. Right ankle, breathing of course, and down. Exhale and inhale, down. Right ankle, down. Left ankle and down. You do both ankles. Woo! You may come out. Bring the feet a little closer together. Sometimes that helps. Maybe not lifting them as high. Ooh, this is a challenge. And coming back up to 5, pointed star. Bringing the left foot in. Taking a deep inhale. Coming into Trikonasana. Opening up here. Maybe placing the hand on the back of your sacrum. And maybe if the neck feels like it wants to, gazing any amount up towards that bent shoulder. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale. Bringing the foot in a little bit more. And folding over the straight leg. Breathing here. Can you make sure that both hips are facing forward? So maybe bringing the foot in a little bit more. They're somewhat on 2 tracks as well. Okay. And both hips, so rather than the open hip, you want sort of both hips facing forward and then folding over it. And stepping the left leg back, coming into your high lunge. Inhaling here. Bringing the knee down. Inhale, opening up the chest. Exhale, planting the hands. Stepping through. Opening up. Inhale, exhale, walking the hands over to the other side. Feeling a nice stretch on the inner groin here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, coming through to high lunge and holding here before placing the knee down. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bringing the knee down. Inhaling the arms up, opening the chest. Maybe sitting a little deeper. Glutes are engaged, squeezed, hips, pelvis are thrusting forward. Walking the foot in a little bit, setting up for your forward fold. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale, opening up into Trikonasana. Triangle pose on this side. Bringing the arm down, any amount. Maybe the gaze looks up. Breathing here. Taking a deep inhale. Windmilling your arms up, opening up the toes to 5. Pointed star, taking a deep inhale. Exhale to goddess. Lifting the right and the left. The right and then the left. Can you sit a little deeper? Right and then the left. Right and then the left. And now both. Any amount. Breathing here. Let's hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing up. Pushing yourself to the other side of the mat. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling towards the middle of your mat. Inhaling up. Exhaling the other side. Inhaling up. Exhale, middle back bend. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale your arms up. This time open your arms so that you're imagining that you're holding a beach ball. Coming in towards the center. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Check that the width between the arms does not change. Coming back to center. Slight back bend. Coming through to center. Inhale. Watch for blocks and things like that. Feet are open wide. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale to goddess. Inhale up. Exhale down. Really go deep. You have to adjust your feet, adjust them. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the glutes when you come up to the top. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now hold this one. Hold this one. Hold this one. Little pulses. No, is this Monday's class? I missed you guys so much on Monday. I'm giving you a little bit tonight. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming stand up. Check the position of your feet. Inhale, reaching, 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 and then dropping the arm, grabbing your block, coming into Trikonasana. Inhale. If you want to add the arm or a bind, you can reach for the inside of your left hip, up to you. You can place the hand behind the head. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale, squaring up the hips, stepping the foot in a little bit, adjusting your feet as you fold over. You can rest your chest on your upper thigh. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale, step the right leg back, finding yourself in high lunge. Inhale, exhale, planting the leg down, adjusting your feet. Inhale, the arms up. Feeling a nice opening in the front hip flexor of the right leg. Exhale, your hands down. Walking over to the side. Walking over to the other side. Finding yourself. Oh, geez, I lost my place here. Oh, over here, walking over here. Finding yourself in high lunge. Bringing the knee down. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, lift up into high lunge, step the foot in, finding yourself in a forward fold. Breathing here. Stepping the foot back, finding your Trikonasana on this side. Exploring it on this side. Whatever you did on the other side. Or not. Yoga doesn't always have to be so symmetrical. Breathing here, pushing yourself up. Opening up the feet into 5-pointed star. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, holding here, holding here. Can you drop a little bit lower? Nice. You drop a little bit lower, holding here. Feel the strength, feel the strength. Breathe through that, taking a deep inhale. Exhale, stepping through. Inhale the arms up. Finding your beach ball on this side. Reaching over in towards the middle of your mat. Inhale back to center. Exhaling the ball to the other side. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale your hands to heart center. Wonderful. Shake that out. Taking a deep inhale. Sliding the right arm down. Reaching in towards the middle of the mat. Feeling a nice opening on this side. Really grounding through the left leg. Inhale back to center. Exhale, sliding the left arm down. Inhale back to center, slight back bend. Exhale, stepping out into 5-pointed star. Inhale. Now imagining that you have this ball in your hands right now. So inhaling, exhaling to the left, any amount. Inhale back to center, exhale to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time, each side. Exhale. And exhale. Coming back to center. Coming back to 5-point star, adjusting your feet. This time, setting up for warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, forearm to thigh. Inhale, reverse warrior. Straighten out the front leg. Exhale, reaching for Trikonasana. Inhale. Exhale. Stepping the foot in a little bit. Finding your forward fold. If you find that you have your balance, you can always clasp your hands, any amount, and start to bring them up overhead. Taking this forward fold to the next level. Make sure it doesn't compromise the pose. Inhale, planting the hands, stepping the left leg back, finding your high lunge, bringing the knee down, adjusting the feet, inhaling the arms up, sitting into the lunge, maybe a slight back bend. Exhale your hands down, stepping into high lunge, bringing the feet to center. This time just folding forward in the middle. You can use your block if you want to grab and help. Okay, any amount, placing the hands. Check that you're not leaning too much in the heels. See if you can distribute the weight evenly. We played around with that when we were standing, so can you go more up to the middle of your feet? Nice. Walking through to your high lunge on this side. Take a deep inhale, reaching the heels back. Exhale, bring the knees down, adjust the feet so they're on 2 tracks. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, sitting a little deeper in that lunge, opening up the hips, especially the front hip flexor of the right leg. Mm. Planting the hands, bringing the leg up, adjusting your feet any amount that you need to, finding your forward fold. When you clasp the hands here, can you check that or try to put the thumb on the other side this time? So naturally our hands clasp sort of naturally the way it feels good to us. Now check that the opposite thumb, the other thumb, is on top. If you're going with this, you can also just keep the fingers resting. You can also be using 2 blocks for this pose as well. Breathing here. Step the right foot back a little bit more. Try to find warrior feet. Windmill the arms up and find yourself in warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. Resting. Inhale. Straighten the front leg. Exhale into Trikonasana. Breathing here. Taking a deep inhale, coming up, pushing yourself into 5-pointed star. Take a deep inhale, exhale into goddess. Holding that ball overhead. Inhale, exhale. 3 times on each side. Inhale to center, exhale as you come to one side. Inhale. Last time on each side. Holding here. Coming up. And down. Up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Stepping to the side of the mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, sliding the arm down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Your hands to heart center. Nice. Check that out. Inhale your arms up. Clasping your hands with our steeple fingers. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale. Stepping out to 5-pointed star, adjusting the feet. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale, reaching over. Inhale. Exhale. Stepping in. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Holding here. Holding here. Holding here. Breathing. Sinking a little bit deeper. Little slow pulses. Going with the music. Yeah, the monkey mind's going to tell you this hurts as beep beep, but breathe through it. Your legs are strong. Your mind, your heart, you can handle this. Breathe. You can bring your hands to heart center. Breathe through this. If you have to come up a little bit, that's okay. Come up and come back down. A little bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Stepping over, finding your Trikonasana. You have a block. You can find your block. I'm going to ask that you, while here, bring out your block to the outside of your foot. I'm going to do a reverse triangle here. So bring the right arm down, planting it on the outside of the foot. You may want to bring in the foot a little bit. Play around with that. And opening up on the other side, reverse Trikonasana. Not a pose or position we get into too much. Breathing here. I know. The innards are loving it though. Bring the hands down, walk the feet in. Finding yourself in a forward fold. Any forward fold that you want. You can clasp the hands. You can do prayer hands behind you. You can clasp them, lift them up overhead. The hamstrings are singing to you right now. You may want to bend in the leg. Breathing here. Inhale, walk the right leg back, finding yourself in high lunge. When you're ready, inhaling the arms up. Breathing here. Can you straighten out that extended leg? If the legs are on the same track, you're going to be all wobbly. They must be on 2 different tracks. Breathing here. Walk the foot in. Find your warrior legs, your warrior feet. Clasping the hands behind you. Taking a deep inhale. Coming into peaceful warrior. So aiming for just the inside of the thigh. Bringing the arms overhead. Taking a breath. And then walk the fingers out. Almost like downward dog arms. Breathing here. Taking a deep inhale. Turn the front toe out to meet in center. Finding yourself in a forward fold in the center. If you can reach around for a block, grab it, stick it right in front. I'm going to ask that you lift it to the higher height. Maybe even grab 2 if you need. And just whatever you need to be able to rest your forehead down. But check that you're not leaning back while doing that in your heels. So wherever it feels comfortable and there's no strain. So if you need 2 blocks, no problem. For the height, whatever you need. Wherever you are. Arms are out. Can you find ease in this pose? So ease, like comfort. If I asked you to hold this for about 2 minutes, does that thought distress you right now? Then you're not comfortable in this pose. Then make it comfortable. Maybe bringing the feet in, maybe bending the knees. What can you do to make this pose comfortable? Taking a deep inhale, pushing yourself up, moving towards the other side of the mat, finding yourself in high lunge, adjusting your feet so they're on 2 tracks. Gripping your thighs, your inner thighs in towards each other. So the toe of the extended leg and the heel are sort of coming into each other as if they're magnetized. And coming up into high lunge. Inhaling here. Breathing. Exhale, plant the hands down. Walk the foot in a little bit, finding yourself. Have your blocks close by because we'll need them in your forward fold. Maybe lifting the arms up. Breathing here. Switching the feet around to warrior feet. Inhale up to warrior two, just for a moment here. Clasping the hands, coming into peaceful warrior on this side, opening up the chest, folding forward on this side. Any amount. When it feels good for you, release the hands, walk them out. Walk them in, changing the position of your feet, bringing the block to the outside of the foot, and coming in to reverse triangle on this side. So the block is on the outside of the foot. Breathing here. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale. Planting the hands. Pushing yourself up into five-pointed star. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale to one side. Inhale. Exhale to the other. Inhale. Exhale. Holding here. Holding here. Even as the music settles. A little bit lower. Listening to the waves. Finding that peace within, even during these moments where it's challenging. The practice off the mat. Can you find that peaceful motion, the waves, during moments of stress and challenge and angst, physical, mental? Breathing here. Little pulses. Little pulses. Come out if you need to. Little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pushing, finding yourself at the top of the mat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to center. Exhale. Inhale. Little back bend. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Whew. Shake the legs out. Alrighty, let's find ourselves on the floor. And those moon salutations can go on for 108 rounds, but I think we did about, I don't know, I lost count. Bring your legs to Baddha Konasana. And now just slowing down our practice. We would have done the half moon pose, but it wasn't a half moon today, so it was a full moon. So we did the full moon salutation instead of the half moon pose. And just releasing there. So walking the feet either closer in towards you or a little further out, whatever feels right in your body. And just folding over any amount. If it's available to you and you want to wrap your arms underneath your legs, by all means, coming into turtle pose, tortoise. And once you've hinged at the hips, then you can round the thoracic spine, the upper back, the neck, tucking in the chin and dropping the head, the crown of the head towards the ground. If you're not underneath your legs, that's okay. Just dropping the arms anywhere that feels comfortable that you can rest. You can even be using blocks. Slowing down the breath now. Are you holding on somewhere that you can let go? Whenever there's a full moon, it's always a wonderful time and a perfect time with the moon's energies to let go of things that you no longer need. And I don't mean that old shirt or pair of shoes, but things more at a energetic level. Extend the legs out and just lean back any amount. If it feels good to you, you can turn the fingers in and bend the legs. You can go into a reverse table. You did a lot of forward folds today. Extend one leg out. Bring the other to meet the inner thigh. And square up the hips. And walk out the fingertips anywhere on your mat or on your leg. Reaching for your shins, your ankle, your big toe. If you can wrap 2 fingers around your big toe and pull the toe towards your nose. Breathing here, chin is tucked, gaze is down towards your knee. You drop your shoulders. Here again, are you holding somewhere where you can just pull back and ease off a little? Yes, I know you're holding your foot, but even that grip. Taking a deep inhale, open up, switch legs, square up the hips, walk out the fingertips any amount. Holding on to your shins, your ankles, if it's available for you to wrap your 2 fingers around your big toe and squeeze the big toe. Wonderful. Chin is tucked, gaze is down at your knee. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale, coming out of this pose. Finding yourself on your back. Bringing any props along for your Shavasana. Oh, if there's something else that your body's calling for you to do right now, please, 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 please listen to your body. Maybe it's a twist. Maybe it's baby, happy baby. Whatever it is you like. Maybe it's downward dog. If you're in a twist, twist to the other side. And then for Shavasana, please, if you can place something under your knees, just to allow the back to release the low back. We did a lot of forward folds. Can you undo the stone hedge by placing a bolster on top of two blocks, or just simply bolster under your knees, and then resting your knees on top. I'm just gonna, for a few moments here, finding yourself in Shavasana, allowing our practice to settle in. Eyes gently closed. Palms either open or closed. If you'd like to stay in this position a little bit longer, I invite you to do that. You don't need to come up for me. Maybe your body needs to rest a little bit longer. Whatever it is your body needs. Just to close out the practice, check in with your sankalpa with the intention you made at the beginning of your practice, if you did. And repeating, maybe placing your hand on your heart as you repeat it 3 times to yourself. And while there, thanking yourself for practicing on this full moon, lunar eclipse day. I thank you both, all 3 of you, for practicing this evening. The teacher in me honors the teacher in each one of you. Thank you. Namaste.